Favorite mercs consist of Oracle Divine Herbalists, Arcanist, Buffer Transmuter. Yeah, I might take Brown Fur Transmuter later in the game. But now, if I take it now, it's one shot. Cleric is better now than Brown Fur. With Brown Fur, I wouldn't do much now. Later, yes, when Brown Fur Transmuter has more spells and becomes also more tanky, has more armor class and so on. But now it will be killed very very fast, and it has less than my cleric or Nenio. So Nenio or cleric are better now than Brown Fur. Later, yes, later I most probably take it. Again, those animals actually, they're not so needed in the beginning of the game. Yes, like I would say first 3 acts you need those edibles, because against bosses they're not useful anyway. Animals will not kill a real warlish or someone like that. And in threshold is probably the only place where it all matters. In threshold, my party will be already so strong that, and I will be having also other mercenaries. So we'll see. We'll see. But I would say you need, in Last Azlanti, I speak only about unfair Last Azlanti. You need pets like in the first two levels definitely. Third level maybe like half of it. I think at Midnight Isles it would help. Also. Yeah. No, no doubt, no doubt. Pets are big thing. They make games so much easier. Yeah, yeah. I can imagine if they're overbuffed. I can imagine. Actually, Animal Companion, it's like extra. It's a full tank, and also damage dealer. That's why I never play with pets. I never play with mercs, and I never multi-class because it just devalidates the game. It devalidates the game. It becomes for Last Azlanti, yes, but for normal and fair, it just it changes it to hard difficulty. Uh, I don't remember if I take a rest or not. I really don't remember. Probably not. Probably not. Scythe Fighter, who is that? I mean, fighter with the skies. But what about Reach? In this game, reach is very important, and Skies doesn't have a reach. That's why things like glaive is extremely powerful here. Well, let's do like that. I absolutely have to. Absolutely, I have to install this. How it's called this? With mod for buffing, bubble, whatever. Because if you have to buff everyone like that each time, including pets, you can get crazy. Stop, where are you running? Ay. How did they make it that it's with those runnings? Okay, this I give to that one, this to that one. Here. Bam, ba, 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 bam, ba, 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 bam. And this is protection from acid as well. 1, 2. Protection from acid 1. And 2. Again, she's running. 2, 3. Yeah, it takes time indeed. Yes, if you increase size, indeed, you have more damage. That's true. That's true. And decrease, and your damage goes up, size increase, your dexterity goes down. And as a result, your armor classes also goes down. And if you reduce size, your attack goes up, armor class goes up, but damage goes down. So those things, they work like that. You can play with those sizes if you combine things like legendary proportions with size reduction and frightful aspects and so on. There are certain combinations. I almost forgot. 34 now with glaive, and like that with a shield at 37. With better shield she will be 40, fighting defensively she will be 42, 43 with haste, something like that. That's of course huge advantage. If you make mutants, it gives huge advantage. Okay, done. I think maybe. And what about dogs? 41, fighting defensively 44. This is a bit less because I didn't give him. What didn't I give him, by the way? I didn't give him Cat's Grace. With Cat's Grace he will have also 41, but it's sufficient. They're crazy, like, yeah, tanks like that, absolutely insane. I still have this, and I have that, and I have that, and then what I will do, like that, like that, like that. What else can I do? What can I do? Let's give that to Sila. Lan is 35. It's not much. 36 with haste. Okay, we can start approaching already. 1, 2, 3. Where are you running? Like that. Now 1. And now Sila. She can prepare chant if need be. The finger we give to Lan. And now the last thing, it's haste. Before haste, what is his 1916? With that it's 2017. I don't need it. Now we can start. Bit closer. A bit closer. 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 Let's have extra attack. And she can now protective lock to seal, I think. Okay, 16. Maybe Lan will kill him. Yeah, Lan killed him with critical hits. Now just turn-based stuff. Klaus. Finger. And Bill. One is feared. Protective lock. Sila has protective lock. No, she doesn't. So, protective lock to Sila. Attacks of opportunity. Critical hit. Sila 76. Lan can just finish that one. Yeah, Lan's damage is not so impressive. $15, $12. Not impressive. That done. Now we have to finish those. Oh, that's attack of opportunity. They're not evil, unfortunately. 30, 29, and she bites here. Oh, tripped. And that's it. Just to heal one because he was severely wounded. I only have Sucuba and then Market Square to finish. I could go for Sucuba, but problem is corruptionist. I have only one rest maybe remaining. It's better to come back to take a rest. Bah. And then come for Sucuba in the end. I knew it would be that Quasit. Quasits are evil. Missed. Oh, that's a big problem. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I know why, because I didn't sleep enough. Just small couple of hours. So my brain just doesn't work at all. Such simple mob, but already enough to destroy your party. Okay, now it's better. We can go real time. Yeah, it's enough dredge with Stinking Cloud. No protection. It's good it was only dredge, and quasi it could have been some alchemist with archers. And now I don't have any more delay poison, so it's a risk. Well, That's I'm preparing for Sukuba, to go for Sukuba. Okay, like that. Let's take a rest. I will take it just to reduce chance for random encounters. And let's go for Sukuba. And last but not least, like that. I still have to get a better shield. Grey Garrison will be crazy. I don't see how I will do it without haste. It would be very sad if my party is destroyed there in Grey Garrison just because of failed perception check in the library. So Sukuba is here. 5. Oh! Takes long time to load. Sheer. Ay. Okay, luckily we have dogs. Cleric and Nanio should be somewhere here. That's normal shear. It's that's what it's doing. It's just okay. Having trip, especially early in the game, can save the party. Because Vishir could just rushed here and he would one shot Nanio or Cleric. One hit and they would have been dead. So basically it's not bad to have it. It won't make miracles. It will never trip bosses, of course. But that's oh shit! That's such a bad news. 4.7, 4.1. That's why it's so important to have high initiative. Hopefully I can stun it. No. Didn't stun him. Hopefully he can trip it. No. Hopefully Lan can kill it. Yes. Because if his alchemist use his bomb, cleric, Nenio are dead on spot. Those three would have survived a little bit. It would have remained, but cleric and Nenio would be just dead. The worst thing you can get, it's such a alchemist. There is nothing more dangerous than alchemist. There is still very rare encounter with a giant centipede, and even more rare encounter with cultist sniper. Those are deadly. Ah, I spotted the enemies. Centipedes. No, I don't need such enemies. Minimum XP, but it can poison, it can do other things. So it's not really worse. (27) stealth DC here, so Lan needs to roll like 11 to succeed, at least 11. But now with Succubus Cloak, it's +3 more, then he would need to roll only 8. Here we have Vermlex, and at least one Vermlek. It's very dangerous. No, for next stream, I think I will try to install that mod for buffing, because I hate mods, but that's a that's a case where it's difficult without it. You're buffing more than playing. would be nice to have see invisibility. Then I could just I could see that Vermle can kill him. One could have killed him. Do. I forgot this. Next time. Everyone has bark skin. One is too much. Okay, now heroism. I will give like that. Idea is to try to attack that Vermlik, but you bastards. Let's go for Vermlik. Here you are. Hope Lan can target Vermlik. Okay. Of course, if you do that fight without pets, that's totally different story. Those babaus are, I think, somehow very tanky. I have impression that they were not as tanky as now. Just look at it. Two dogs, my monk, Sila, and Lan, target him, and he still survives. Okay, in normal fight, of course, I would have given him something like Smite Evil. One cat is dead. Smite Evil and shit. And haste, and it would have solved the problem, but I didn't. Oppa! And Sila is even Sila is wounded. That's not nice. That's not nice. That's all. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, it takes time. I will definitely for before next stream I will try to install it. I don't believe I was so against with those mods, but finally for this sort of buffing I have to do it. Just in case. She also uses negative energy, so it can be also a problem. Okay, it's to him. Now let's disarm the trap. Dogs will be attacking first. Somewhere here. So only Nanya can be converted, and she doesn't have. Yeah, that's not ideal. Not so fast. Not so fast, my friends. Ah, here you are. And turn-based. Thirty 54. Strange. I thought that if dog bites, it automatically trips also. I thought so. Ah, immune to trip, okay. That's why. Should be critical hit now from Lan. No. He cannot hit her actually. Scylla is so much wounded. Shit. I didn't give her that. I forgot. Protective lock on Scylla in this case. Lan missed. And Scylla also, but she missed with glaive, but she could bite. 12 damage with bite, so we shouldn't underestimate bite. A finger to Scylla. Yeah, so Cuba is the toughest. still are missing. That's why fortune is so important. Yes, hello. This is indeed the succubus fight. Yes, and she's very tough. She's very tough. Okay. As always, Sila is killing her. Now just market square remains, and that's it. '21 stealth. Okay. I don't know. I I never played with mercs, so I don't have any idea how to which mercs I would need and so on. So I will be solving problems the way they arrive. Uh, so far, I will be just keeping this party. Monk. Sila will be staying paladin all the time. He'll be continuing hunt mastering. She'll staying shaman all the time. She'll be staying cleric all the time, and she'll be staying scroll summon. So far it's only Sila and Lan. Sila is mutant, and Lan is multiclass. But it could be that I think I might be considering brown fur transmuter, but not now. Maybe level 12 or 11, because now brown fur transmuter is useless. You take it first of all. It's one shot. He'll be immediately killed. One shot. And second, number of spells is very limited. So cleric or Nenio currently are better alternative. But I don't know, level 11, 12, maybe even 13, Branford Transmuter I think becomes already powerful enough to take. But that won't be, yeah, so that, and who knows, maybe Scald could be taken later. I don't know, no idea. But from those, it could be they all will go out, and I will replace them all maybe with mercenaries. It could be, but that will be later in the game, not before Act 4. Till Act 4, I think I will be using most of them. only thing I might replace Nenio with Bronfer transmuter. It maybe it could be the possibility. In effect, he doesn't play less Azlanti, and he's cheating a lot. So what he's playing, it's actually problem is to play unfair from the beginning till the end. Play unfair Midnight Isles, play unfair Sarkorian, less Sarkorian, play unfair Dance of Masks. Don't cheat with Toy Box. Don't pre-buff with Protective Luck and Fortune, because if you pre-buff Protective Luck and Fortune, it is mega cheat. And he's doing it all the time. He puts with Toy Box 10 minutes. That's mega cheat. If I do it now, game is over. I will beat everything here, I think. He makes respects also, and things like that. He uses also so-called, how to say, exploits and even bugs. So. And most important, he doesn't play less Azlanti. And if you play unfair, it doesn't matter. If you save scum, you don't need to have pets, you don't need to have court poets, you don't need to have scouts, you don't need multi-class. Pure classes do perfect job on unfair if you save scum. And you don't need even to save scum so much. 40, maximum 60 reloads for all the game. And Last Azlanti is different story. So far, no one managed to beat the game on this difficulty, so maybe it's not even possible. I mean, in normal, in fair way. If you start cheating, of course it's possible. But who would need it? Who cares? Speaking sincerely, if you want to see some logic in builds, it's better look CRPG Bro. CRPG Bro, at least his builds are also made for save scamming and so on, but at least there is logic in it, and they look logical. But again, it's mostly for easy difficulties. His builds are like for normal difficulty, for core difficulty, for hard. Some of them are for unfair, but with save scum. And he also respects a lot. He does things like that. So. So basically what I wanted to say is that if you save scum and cheat, you can play everything. You don't even need to cheat. If you save scum, it's not really important what your builds are, because you always can reload. Look like Verlia was playing, for example, unfair Wrath of the Righteous. Verlia was playing even without buffs. He was like repeating, reloading 10, 20, 30 times the same fight, and he didn't even buff many fights. And finally he was succeeding. And his builds were very, very far from being good. Just pure numbers, reloads, and sooner or later you will have good numbers, good dices, and yeah. I remember how he was fighting that Blightmore in Dresden. Maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, but a lot. and he didn't even buff so much, just some basic buffs, and he beaten him. So I'm absolutely not interested in save scum, and if you add also cheats, that becomes really, and that's how in effect is playing. Verlia, yes, he did his first run as a war priest, but it was yeah, he was doing hard difficulty for mobs and bosses. He was fighting on hard and on unfair, and that was his only correct run. Then he was doing what was it? What was it? He was he had second run with Inquisitor, but there he was cheating with Midnight Bolt. Still, it was interesting run. But he didn't use those pre-buffs and so on. So if you save scum, Verlia style is perfect because you have action, you have suspense, you have emotions. He's cursing, he's angry, and it's nice to watch. I personally like angry streamers. I'm quite angry myself. So exactly, Leopard is very powerful in maze. And indeed, you take pets and you devaluate your run. Pets just if you take pets, your unfair becomes hard. It's like you playing on different difficulty. Even with last Azlanti, my previous run, I lost not because of difficulties in game, but just because of sheer sheer negligence. I didn't buff. I didn't give haste. I didn't give displacement. I didn't give blur, and that's it. If I just done that, it would be okay. That's last fight in less Sarkorian village in current Legend. I would have been already in Act 3 now, if not that. But I was just careless and relaxed, and that was the result. But even not being buffed, I killed all those air elementals and earth elementals but one. One air elemental remained who killed my main character. And also another thing, I didn't have a resurrection scroll. If I had at least one resurrection scroll, I would have resurrected him. But I didn't want to spend money, and I said, oh, it's 6,000 to pay, it's a lot of money. Okay, I will take a rest now, and we will go to the market square. Yeah. I like watch Verli. Yes, I watched, of course. I watched all his streams. I like angry streamers. You have action, you have emotions. I mean, you should be genuinely angry, because if you just pretend to be angry, it's not such a fun. Okay, some people can pretend to be angry quite good, but genuine anger, like a fuck you fucking idiots, what the hell is that? I hate it, fuck you. things like that. And then you feel sort of involvement, emotional. Hi, Noam too. You feel like emotional involvement. But there were some streamers like, here I will go, I will buff this little buff, and then I make these 2 steps in my turn based, and the 1 steps to the left and 1 steps to the right. Why, what's happening? I mean, why not? But just not really cool. More anger, more emotions, more action, more shouts, more suffering. Thank you very much, Nomto. Thank you. I also advise you to watch Verlia's videos. Okay, he played it quite some time ago, but he is a nice streamer. Whatever he plays, Baldur's Gate 3 or Wrath of the Righteous or yeah, what else he played? Yes, of course, Rock Trader. Good. Now you should stop talking and concentrating on my Verlia, yes, Verlia, yes. I watched him a lot in the past because I like the energy. And now, what I was supposed to do? I can kill those swarms to release Vrok. That's one thing. Let's first go kill those remaining. There is a mob near Brimorak with Conjurer and with Cheer, and then there is how it's called, Gambion and Evoker. That's, I need to punish those things somewhere here. Yes. Because I checked yesterday, but yeah, no, but okay, his builds of course are far from being, let's say, of being perfect, but he saves scums, and if you save scum, it's really not as important what your builds are. Of course, they should be reasonable, because if builds are really bad, you'll reload like million times. But normally, if you save scum reasonably, it doesn't really matter, because everything works. You can start unfair even with, how it's called, even with Oracle. Because normally Oracle is not unfair viable, because this is one shot. Do you have a dog, do you have a pet, doesn't matter. It will be killed. You will have to reload to play with Oracle or with whatever you start your game. But if you say scum, who cares? It always works. Ideal is to limit number of those things. To limit it till the minimum. Good. Yeah, he doesn't explain. That's true. But he has so many builds. He has huge number of builds. It's a lot of work, by the way. Just imagine to do all of that. It takes time, and it just, I think it's impossible to explain all of it. You can explain 1, 2, 3, 4 builds. It's always when you see too many builds, it's logic that they won't be good, because there is no way you can test them, you can check them. You can test 3, 4, maybe 6 builds, I don't know. I have more than 8,000 hours in Wrath of the Righteous, and I can say that, okay, I know very well Tower Shield Specialist, I know Drunken Monk, I know Wizard, those 3 things. Those, so I can say that's the best build. I can explain why I go like that. But if you ask me, for example, how to build Bradford transmuter or shapeshifter, whatever, I don't have any idea because I didn't play with them. And it's not enough. Like you go to place where you can just start uh, and make a build till level 20 and then check it in threshold and they say, oh look, I'm in threshold. That's by the way what CRPG Bro is doing. He always fights things in threshold and killing this and killing this, killing that. But question is, how did you get there? So build should be, if you explain build, you should show how you start from the very beginning and how do you arrive to the point where you can kill everything. That's a different story. And then we'll find out that people start on hard difficulty, then they switch somewhere on unfair, or they make respects here, respects there. So, things like that. Uh, you know, it's always good to have desert display and shattered defenses, but for hard difficulty, speaking sincerely, you don't need it. You don't need it. But why not to have it? Actually, if I use it only on LAN. Only LAN has desert display and shattered defenses. It's better maybe if I show the build. You probably saw it, but maybe not. Because those are proven builds. I have videos and it's from beginning till the end. So it means builds are working. They were tested in the full game. So Defender's Heart, where is it? Let's say I think it's here. No, it's old one. It's my very first. That's I was playing here last Azlanti on hard. Then I dropped because it was so easy. Anyway, I beaten already game on hard last Azlanti a couple of times. So but the build here it's unfair valid. So even if I played on hard, I was doing builds which were for unfair. And here you have LAN, for example. Anyway, here I give Dazzling Display and Shattered Defenses. Level 13 and level 15. I always give. And here you see what I give. I give Great Fortitude. Because after a lot of playing and trying and so on, I realized that's the main thing in the game. It's fortitude. Then reflex, and then will goes in the end. So outflank, shake it off somewhere here. Great fortitude. Here will be Dazzling Display, Shattered Defenses, improved Great Fortitude, and something else. And improved critical. So it's probably that improved critical. I think I will do like that. Improved critical, then Dazzling Display, Shattered Defenses, shake it off, and then improved Great Fortitude. I have improved initiative, dodge, and that's perfect for unfair. LAN kills everything. Midnight Isles, he solos islands in Midnight Isles. Like that build. Of course, I give him a lot of buffs. That's why he has used magic device. So he can take all the personal spells, like Sea Mantle, for example, Frightful Aspect, and all those things he can take personal buffs. But only Lan has doesn't display shatter defenses. I never gave it to Sila, never, or I never gave it to my main character, because doesn't display shatter defenses. Bosses don't care about it. Bosses don't care. It doesn't work with them, and normal mobs you will kill them anyway. And it's more than sufficient to have on LAN. You don't need more. Things like that. Problem with Cavalier: how will you start the game? No, but dispelling. You know, you also dispel Arilu Vorlish. Yes, you don't dispel, you don't. Dispel, yes, but you need to dispel exactly. That's the problem. You need to dispel. And dispelling, you are losing your rounds, and dispelling, it may work, it may not work, things like that. Again, I'm speaking, I don't speak about saves coming. Oh shit, I talk too much. I talk too much. I am not buffed. If you save scum, then you build, doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. But how it's called? Cavalier, it will not survive. Cavalier, it's not unfair viable. We save scum, yes. We save scum, yes. I didn't buff. I was like distracted in my in my conversations, and as a result, I started this fight without buffs. Absolutely no buffs. Absolutely no buffs. Let's see what happens. And again, why would you use multi-classing, especially if you play on hard? I don't see any point multi-class on hard difficulty. Okay, maybe for a fun, to have a fun, yes, but like I look at Scylla, for example, she's really ugly. Paladin, alchemist, vivisectionist. That's not multi-class, that's a mutant. And that's how she's called. It's an ugly, illogical mutant. I'm doing it only because of Last Azlanti. I would have never done it. It's so ugly, so disgusting. But if you multi-class, like for example, Scylla, Paladin, and then you add her Stalwart Defender, that's logical stuff to do. That's logical development. So because Stalwart Defender, it goes well with Paladin. It's also like lore friendly. Or you have Armiger, and then Armiger like goes into Hell Knight. That's logical stuff. But if you give Stigmatized Witch and Alchemist, that's ugly, illogical, and disgusting. Those are mutants. And all the builds you see, they put those two things. Witch, Alchemist, Witch, Alchemist. In the past it was Monk Scale Fist, but luckily they nerfed it so it doesn't work anymore. Or all those cheats with Elemental Barrage, with it was so many things. Yeah. I really don't see why would you do things like that in a hard difficulty, like witches and alchemists. Even that is illogical. Then archer and sacred hunt master. Inquisitor is one thing, then archer another thing. Like if you look from point of view of it's psychologically two different types. They don't fit each other. It's actually it's also mutant. That's not multiclass. It's a mutant. Not as ugly as Scylla, but still is mutant. So, but okay, that's how I see it. Yeah. I mean, Lan is mutant in a good sense, but this is Inquisitor. You know, it's like a fanatic. Look at Harloon with Prelate, like fanatic. You know, he looks for enemies everywhere, suspects everything. Then Archer is a monk. Monks normally they're not fanatical. They're like free thinkers. They're thinking about like other things. So those two things absolutely unnatural in one package. Like Hunter would go. You have then Archer and then, for example, Hunter. You can be monk, then Archer and Hunter. Those things are not, let's say, mutually. Give him vivisectionist, it's the same ugly thing. But you can give vivisectionist to Vinduak, for example. It corresponds to her type. But okay, that's my personal views. Regarding blind fight, no, I never give blind fight. It just lost fit. You don't need blind fight. Echolocation is useful in some cases, but you have spell for it. You don't need blind fight. In Kingmaker, yes. In Kingmaker, blind fight is a must because it gives how it's called. It gives immunity to immunity to gaze. But in Wrath of the Righteous, there is nothing like that. There is no mobs that can turn you to stone just by gazing at you or looking at you. Okay. It's crazy. I am absolutely not buffed. And the worst thing here, of course, is a Conjurer, because Conjurer will be doing a lot of shit with his animals. So like that. At least bark skin. I have haste. What else can I do? I don't have anything. Heroism to one. Kill Evoker. Okay, Evoker is dead at least. Now maybe this Conjure, unfortunately, he's concealed. I don't think we can do much. Delay poison communal just in case. Because I might use her Stinking Cloud to neutralize with Conjurer. That's what I can do. Maybe, maybe not. Where is Scylla? Scylla is here, so I give to Scylla bark skin. Let's try with Conjurer, how good he is. He is very good. Difficult to do something to him. Now Lan should try to finish that Gambion. And now is Cheer. We put that because he's evil. I should do like that. More chances to survive. and this will continue spamming his animals. No, but you don't care about it because Nabasu and Bodak, it's you just use death word and that's it. You don't need to take a feat for it because feats are too valuable. If you have nothing else to take, then maybe you could take it, but there are many feats which are much more important. Even, for example, greater fortitude. +2 to fortitude. That's a huge thing, and it's a must to have. But I really don't see any use for blind sight. You don't like Bodak with Nabasus, Death Ward, and that's it. And problem is solved. And again, blind sight doesn't save you from Nabasus. Death word is universal stuff. In Kingmaker, no doubt, you absolutely need it in Kingmaker. When I played Kingmaker recently, everyone had blind fight, blind sight. Yeah, everyone had it. Now, what else can I do? What can I do? Nothing special. Nothing special. Okay, let's do that. And I'll protective luck to Scylla, just in case. But I'm really worrying about that conjurer. I need that conjurer. Because my animals will not do anything to him. Lan could hit him, and Scylla probably. That's the problem. My cleric is killed. Okay, here theoretically I could have reloaded because I just didn't buff them. I was distracted, blah 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 blah, and I didn't even watch what I'm doing. But okay, let's follow the trend. Nania. She's the most vulnerable here. So, like that. Okay. If we cannot hit that conjurer, let's at least... Aha. Maybe you can put some stinking cloud. Stinking cloud like that. And like that. Okay, he is now under the influence of stinking cloud. Let's kill those. That sheer maybe, if he can. Now just I can go real time, I think. critical moments, okay. Of course, stupid. It's stupid. It's minus 6,000 for resurrection, minus 1,000 for 100 for negative levels. I don't have haste also in Grey Garrison, so it will be extremely difficult. It's like yeah. So that's what it means to start unbuffed the fight. Again, glitter dust doesn't, in many cases it doesn't work. On unfair it doesn't work so much. Okay, glitter dust in this particular case it would help against this conjurer, yes. But problem is not glitter dust, problem is that I was not buffed. Because I just didn't watch what I was doing. I was talking, not playing. So you don't need glitter dust in the Rest of the Righteous. Problem is that philosophy is you should use those buffs and items which give you the most chance to hit, to create some effect. So, for example, you don't use thing like how it's called. This phantasmal killer, yes, it's called, I think. You don't use it on unfair because it doesn't work. Maybe it will work one time from 5, but while you'll be trying your spell, your part will be killed. And glitter dust for normal mobs, yes, it works from time to time, but normal mobs you can kill anyway. Oh shit, I forgot about those dead horses. Normal mobs you can kill anyway. And more powerful mobs, they don't give a shit about it. And then later you have greater invisibility, you have true seeing. So I never used glitter dust. It's like fireballs. There are there are a couple of places in the game. I think it's only 3 places in game where fireballs are useful. This is fighting Otirubo in Grey Garrison. This is what's that? Otirubo. Zacharius Cemetery. Fireballs really a must there. It's a must to have. And then you can, if you like, use it in Dresden. That's all. Echolocation is a good stuff, no doubt about it. Echolocation is good stuff. It's good to have it, but again, Brownford Transmuter is not unfair viable. You cannot play it before certain level because it's one shot. She was killed, but she had 17 armor class. Okay, she was not buffed, but when she's not buffed, her armor class is 17. When I can buff her, of course, but Bromford Transmuter, it will be less than 17. I don't remember. It's 14, I think, armor class. And then Bromford Transmuter doesn't have enough spells. It's useless in the beginning. Level 12, level 13, I think it's good to take Bromford Transmuter. I think so. I don't know. Probably yes. Maybe Scald. I never played with those, so I don't know. Probably yes. But not early in the game. It's yeah. Normally I should have reloaded because it has nothing to do with difficulty, just that I didn't buff them. That's but okay, because we play, we will keep our principles. Let's make it hard. And that's it. You can kill Arilu Warlish with it. How many times do you need to reload to kill Arilu Warlish with Phantasmal Killer? By the way, isn't she immune to that? I thought she was immune. Speaking about Arilu Warlish. Speaking about Arilu Warlish. So, Arilu Warlish, where is very drunk? This one. Here is Arilu Warlish. Warlish. I don't know, maybe you can build, let's see. Yes, you can dispel, but while you'll be dispelling, she will kill you million times. And okay, you can dispel her, but you need 3 dispels at least. 3 dispels in a row, and she'll be killing a party. And then your Phantasmal Killer will not work immediately. How many times do you need to reload before your Phantasmal Killer will work? So again, we're talking about save scum. We come into save scum. And if you save scum, again, it doesn't matter what builds you have, because everything works. Everything. There is a guy who killed Arilu Warlish without buffs. There is video. Alexandrus 123. I think he took him like a couple of days, but he managed to kill her without buffs. He was just spamming skeletons, and I think Diran and someone else were just hitting bone shakers, bone shatters, bone shakers, and finally he killed her. Again, most of the time, key thing here is most of the time. So again, we're speaking about save scumming. And if you save scum, it doesn't really matter what your builds are, because everything works. Of course, you can have such a stupid build that it will be impossible to play. But I mean, people who play unfair, they know the rules, they know mechanics. So normally they don't make stupid builds. I mean, very stupid builds. I played on unfair with pure classes, without mercenaries, without pets, without all those cheats. Unfair and 3 DLCs. I had like 65 reloads. 65 reloads. All the playthrough is in my YouTube site. You can see it from the beginning up till the end. So it's, but it still saves coming. I mean, it still saves coming. So, but 65, it's agree, it's not so bad, especially if you consider conditions. I think game crashed. Yeah, game crashed. Maybe it's good. Yeah. He killed with bone shakers. You can watch his video. I think his name is Alexandrus123, and he played it 2 years ago or 2 years and a half. Just it's in YouTube, and yeah, it's was spamming lots of skeletons and just sending. He played Azata, Wizard Azata, and bone shakers, bone shatters. Yeah, it works. But I think it was maybe maybe 30 reloads, maybe 40. I don't remember. Okay, guys, game crashed, and maybe it's a sign that I need to go to rest, because I slept only a couple of hours with night, and and I'm not really in my best shape. So I was very distracted. That's why my cleric was killed. Now I have to buy for 6,000 resurrection scroll, and then 4,400 restoration to remove negative levels. And so I think I better take a break for today. I will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow I will finish Nabasso, of course, and then I will start Grey Garrison. And Grey Garrison will be crazy because I don't have haste. Who watched it? I failed. I failed perception check in the library, so I had to fight those cultists at Caleb, and they burned actually those wizards, which give haste in the Grey Garrison. So as a result, I will go to Grey Garrison, and I won't have haste. And it wouldn't be a problem, but you cannot rest all the time, because you rest in Grey Garrison and you get your corruption. So it's like I think you limited maximum to 3 rests in Grey Garrison. So you can like recover your haste 3 times. Something like that. And that's it. Okay, have a good night, and thank you for watching, for talking and looking, and see you later.